YouTube. Welcome back to July Wellness. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite supplements that we use in my home, and it is serapeptase. You can get it in different brands. We always get ours on Amazon, but serapeptase is an enzyme, and what it does is it eats dead protein. It actually comes from I believe, the Chinese silkworm, I believe. And it is what they use to eat themselves or eat their way out of their cocoon. So when we take this enzyme, it actually eats dead protein. So that means that if you have like keloids or any scar tissue, especially internally, serapeptase is what you'll take for that. Also, the other big thing that it helps with is mucus. So the serapeptase is one of my secret weapons when I'm on a fast. And you know, there's an art to fasting. You can't release too much too soon, or you could actually poison yourself with your own toxins. But one of the things that helps me when my body is trying to release mucus during a fast is taking a serapeptase capsule daily. So basically, you just really need one, depending on the severity of what you're doing. You could take one or you can take two if, let's say, you're fighting a really bad sinus infection. I was talking to my sister, and she was having a little bit of issue with drainage, and it was just too much. It was overwhelming her. It made her really sick. She took two of those, and she felt relief within hours. And this is something she was battling for weeks. So it's a really good supplement, you guys. I give it to my children. One day, my dad, my dad. I told you guys about my parents. So my parents, they raised us pretty much in a holistic, natural remedy type household. And there are members on both sides of our families who are into, the natural way of doing things. So we were raised that way. And so my dad, every now and then, he sends me like a YouTube video or a link to something very helpful. And the serapeptase is something that he sent me, because we've been using it for quite some time now. But I was really intrigued by what I saw. So if you Google it or even watch some YouTube videos on it, you'll find out what all it's really good for. But the way it's helped us is just keeping things at bay. So with my sons having asthma and allergies, anything can trigger the develop or overdevelopment of mucus, and then that causes more problems. But what I do is I try to make sure they take the serapeptase periodically. So you can tell when we miss too many doses of it. If something is going on, like a particular illness, we'll take it daily. But if everything is going good and we've been eating right, you don't really necessarily need it every day. So, but you can tell when you need it. You'll start to feel, build up in your sinus cavities. And also, let's see, what else do we use it for? But yeah, like if you have, I know a lot of people are asking about black seed oil and hair. So the scar tissue that happens around like your edges and different areas of your scalp that could come from various things, including tight hairstyles, that scar tissue can be remedied by just rubbing a little black seed oil on it daily. And then internally, taking the serapeptase will help to eat away at the scar tissue until it's gone, and you will really start to see significant results or significant growth um, within a few weeks or less. One thing I want to mention is when you go purchase, if you purchase this like on Amazon, I have seen it in like Sprouts, but if you purchase it on Amazon, read the reviews. Um, Most of you love Amazon as much as the next person, you know, but just so that I can make sure that you've heard it from me, always look at the stars, see how many people have written a review. You know, the higher the better, if it's in the hundreds or if it's even in the thousands, as far as how many reviews it has, then that's a good thing because you know that many people are flocking to the product. Um, but one word of caution with purchasing the serapeptase is you're going to see some reviews that people are saying they were um, violently nauseous, but the instructions tell you not to take it with food, at least on the first brand that I used to buy. It's important not to take it with food because it could interfere with your body trying to digest your food. So, a lot of times you'll see people have reviews that may be negative, but it could be because they really didn't follow the directions. So, disclaimer, follow the directions. So, how we take it is we'll take it first thing in the morning without anything on our stomachs, and then we wait before we eat between like 30 minutes to an hour if we eat anything, because generally we do intermittent fasting. So, but oh yeah, so with intermittent fasting, for those who don't know, intermittent fasting is when you um, eat for a certain amount of hours and then you don't eat for a certain amount of hours. Most people like to do 16 hours off and 8 hours on. And so when you eat for 8 hours, a really good time is to start at noon or even 11 a.m. and then stop at either 7 or 8 p.m. But, anyways, the other thing that I wanted to mention about the serapeptase is it comes in handy when you know you're going to have something that would bother you. Now, most people today, they like the plant-based lifestyle or even the vegan lifestyle, and a lot of people don't like to eat dairy um, for obvious reasons because it makes us so sick. But for centuries, people have eaten dairy. And so, because of that, it can be a hard habit to break. So, if you find that you're going to sneak and have some ice cream, but ice cream doesn't like you, or you're going to have some mac and cheese like most of you will be doing over the weekend and stuff, or anything like that, milk products, you know, dairy products, serapeptase will be your friend. Take serapeptase the morning you know you're going to have something like that. And if you overindulge, maybe take one at night before you go to bed. But the thing is, follow the directions on the bottle. Follow what it says on the bottle. It also has its own disclaimers, so you can't go wrong there. But yeah, this is something that um, I would think everybody should have in their household because you don't want to underestimate what it can do for you when you're sick and how much faster it can help you heal. Um, and just remember, you know, it eats away the dead protein like it does for the silkworm's cocoon. So that's what it does for you internally. Now, you know, this may or may not sit well with some people, but once you see the results, and it's been used for years, and doctors also use it. I've seen online where they talk about, you know, it being used by doctors, and doctors telling you how much of it to use or how many IUs to take. So um, don't be intimidated by it. People have been using it for a very long time. But I always tell people to do your own research. Don't just go by what somebody else um, or the research that someone else did. You need to do some fact checking for yourself. And then that way you'll feel more comfortable with, you know, a particular product and how it makes you feel, because everybody is different, and everybody, um, just like our fingerprints, we're different internally in terms of our makeup, and also just by, you know, what type of um, like diets we've been on for all our lives, meaning, you know, how you eat, not necessarily diet, but you know what I mean. Your nutrition, your health, your wellness habits, what you do to maintain. So all of this is going to play a contributing factor in how well the serapeptase works for you. But give it a try. I guarantee you won't be sorry when you try it out for mucus, colds, sinus infections, when you eat dairy, if you have to have some ice cream, like sometimes I have in the past. No, not in the past, like in the recent past. So, yeah. All right. Well, I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and I will talk to you soon. I'll try to do a live video this week. I hope to see you guys there. Have a good day.